4 years ago, I started my minimalism journey and I decided to document it on YouTube. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Of course, during the course of the 4 years, my life has changed quite a bit, and my take on minimalism started to change too. After all the decluttering, simplifying, throwing things away, moving things from one place to the next, the biggest thing I learned was that minimalism really isn't about stuff at all. It has nothing to do with how many jeans I own or how beige my things are, or how neatly I can package my life into this concept of minimalism. So, what is it really about? So much has happened in the last 4 years. I feel like my life now looks completely different than how it did back then. Not only is my life different, but my mindset and how I think, how I move throughout my day, everything is so different. And of course, I was in my 20s and now I'm in my 30s, but I know it's because of minimalism. It really shaped me to be who I am today. It definitely started off as maybe I should stop shopping and I should start decluttering. And that really turned into how can I restructure my life and live a life that I'm really proud of. So for today's video, I really thought about the last 4 years and all the things that I learned and give practical advice to those who are just now starting to simplify their life. And here is my advice. I know this isn't true for everyone, but for me, my physical space is a direct reflection of how I feel inside. So looking back in my 20s and seeing all the clutter, seeing my closet literally bursting at the seams, I remember feeling really restless and a little bit anxious all the time. And I really didn't know where that was coming from, so I continued to shop. And I didn't realize that this was the reason why I was feeling that way. So I think examining your physical space is a really good place to start because it really puts you in a specific frame of mind and you really start to take control of other areas of your life too. I have a whole playlist on decluttering if you need a guide or some inspiration, but don't overcomplicate it. Just take the weekend to go through your space and take action on your clutter, the things that have been just sitting there for years. And once you've done that, take notice of how you feel. I think naturally, you will start to think about the other areas of your life that feel chaotic and cluttered too. For the longest time, I said to myself that I just want a simple life, but I don't really think I knew what that meant. But now when I say that, I know that I mean that I want a life that I can manage and enjoy, and I want to be able to use my resources towards the things that I really want in life. I think it's crucial to have a bigger vision so that we know where we are now and we know where we need to be, and we can take those steps to kind of close that gap. Your version of a simplified life might require drastic measures like finally moving away from the city to a smaller town. Or maybe you just want one day of peace and quiet to yourself on the weekend. Think about the small changes that you can make right now to get one step closer to that vision. And also, what are some things that you have to give up to make that happen? Is the trade truly worth it? I want to first thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. I never thought that I could benefit from therapy because I'm really lucky to have a close circle of people around me. But being able to talk to a therapist does feel different, and it's been really great for me in the most unexpected ways. I always tend to work out my problems by conversing with someone, so this service has been invaluable for me. BetterHelp is really easy to get started. Just go to their website and answer some questions. You'll be matched with a licensed therapist, usually within 48 hours. I think the best part is that you can do it from your phone, computer, phone call, or video chat, whatever is the most comfortable for you. If you want to try it for yourself, you can visit betterhelp.com/malamalife or choose Malamalife during the sign-up process and enjoy a special discount for your first month. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and for supporting this channel. Often when people think of a minimalist home or a minimalist life, they think of a very empty home, maybe with a couch and just a few things here and there. But I really do think that's just like a visual. At least that's what I think, but I never really thought of minimalism in that way. I feel like I always wanted to live life to the fullest, and simplifying my life was going to get me there. For example, I want to do cool things in life, creative things, and I want to meet cool people while doing it. And I want to also travel and experience the beautiful moments in life. And in return, I'm willing to give up a lot of things as well, like material wealth or status and climbing up the corporate ladder and stability, security, and luxurious things and so much more, because it definitely is a trade-off. So ask yourself, what are you really wanting to do with that extra space, time, and resources? Because remember, these are just tools there for you to build the life that you want. But figuring out what you want is the real challenge. I really wish there was a one and done approach to decluttering, but that is not the case. Of course, people, things, situations will come and go in our lives, and we change, life changes. So we have to consistently maintain this simple and intentional life that we've built for ourselves. Maybe it's creating a system to maintain a simple home, maintaining good habits, learning to say no more often, reevaluating our finances and our values at different stages of our lives. I used to overcomplicate my life by worrying about the unknown, but I'm learning to trust that I will figure it out when the time comes, because I always have. Also, there's no point in getting worked up because it hasn't even happened yet. This little mindset shift has simplified my life so much and brought me so much inner peace. Like I said in the beginning, minimalism really does start with stuff, but it becomes this filter through which you see the world. I find myself constantly asking questions. Is this bringing me value or joy? Do I need this right now? Have I outgrown this? What is holding me back? At this point, it has really become second nature to me and does a really good job of kind of maintaining this simple and intentional life. I think of a minimalist life as an intentional life, not just drifting through life and having a reactive approach to everything, but one where we're deliberate and mindful while taking control of life's direction. But if I learned anything in the last 4 years, it's that we do not control everything. We don't control other people, situations, and we cannot always curate life to our liking. And we have to know when to let go of this control at times and let life do its thing. When I had a falling out with a friend years ago, obviously it was very devastating, but of course in hindsight, I feel like I had to go through that situation to learn what it means to have boundaries and learn what it means to really love myself and know who my true friends are. And I feel like it's always like that. When life takes over, I believe that there's a bigger lesson waiting for us at that time in our lives, and we can't always see it. When we declutter, just remember, it's not just about the physical things. We are essentially freeing ourselves from the past regrets, relationships that drain us, situations beyond our control. I really think that it's symbolic, and this is how we make space for life to happen and for us to be truly living in the moment. So let things be, let people be, and maybe it ends up being way better than you could have ever imagined. I am so grateful for all of you guys. I'm always inspired by your stories and your comments, and I'm so happy that we're on this journey together. And maybe you could leave a tip in the comments for someone who is getting started on this minimalism journey. I will definitely read through all of them too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.